what led me to start the King movement was when I said I was 21 when I became a Christian. And as men, we need male bonding.
Yes.
Just like women need female bonding.
Yes.
And so one of the, whether it's in your fraternity, whether it's in your a gang even, whether it's in a lodge. And one of the best things about playing sports is the bond.
Yes.
My best friends growing up were on my sports team.
Your teams, yep.
That's great, right? And so when I graduated college and I'm trying to live for the Lord and walk with the Lord, I missed that male bonding in the Lord. And I had it in my frat and other things, but I wanted male bonding with men who were going to encourage me in my walk with Christ.
Absolutely.
And men who, but at the same time, who I could relate to in terms of sports, culture, hip hop, whatever it might be. And so that was one of the things that led me to found the King movement, to get that brotherhood, that male bonding, and give that to other men. I also noticed that a lot of men's walks with Christ was like a roller coaster, up and down, strong for a year,
yep.
down for 6 months, strong for 3 months, out for 2 years. And one of those valleys, you can ruin your life.
Yes.
One of those valleys, you could, destroy your family, destroy your relationship with your children, wreck a car, kill somebody, whatever it might be, And I was meeting brothers who, depending on your life, brothers who came out of prison, was on the street selling dope. And one of those valleys, they get involved in crime and they're back in jail, or prison. So I felt like with a lot of them, they didn't have a lot of Christian brothers they could relate to in everyday life. Like I said, sports, hip hop, culture, whatever, that were also going to encourage them in their walk with Christ.
Absolutely.
And so I felt like if we could get a brotherhood where you had that, and where the brother's gonna tell you when a woman's throwing you rhythm at work, they're gonna encourage you to not cheat on your wife with her. Versus some that might be like, yo, you got to hit that. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So that's what led. Those are two of the things. And I'm going to throw out the third thing. When I became a Christian, I was talking to my brother about Christ. Everything. He's a year younger than me. He was at Howard University, HBCU, and he ended up joining the Nation of Islam. And he was challenging me on my faith and, this and that, and really talking about the hypocrisy of Christians and, it's not real and this and that. And, let's be honest, the conception within the Black community, especially 20 years ago, and to some degree today still, was that if you want somebody to reach the brothers in the streets, if you want somebody to reach the brothers in the prisons, it's the Muslims that can do it. Can't nobody else do it. Get the Nation of Islam out there and they'll do it. And I was meeting brothers from prison, brothers that had come from the streets, brothers that had these wild testimonies of what they had been doing before they came to Christ, who had their lives transformed through Jesus. And I was saying it's a lot more brothers who've had their lives transformed through Jesus than from the Muslims, and I was like, but if we come together and we work together, then we can increase our witness in our community. And people will see strong Black Christian men, because now there is a caricature of Black Christian men. It is either you are a scam artist, you're using the church as just a job to make money, get women, whatever, or there's, brothers who are just incredibly soft, and even effeminate and all that. And there's a stereotype about that in the Black Christian church. And so those not the kind of men I was meeting in Christ.
That's real.
I was meeting real brothers that love Jesus. that could hoop with you, play football with you, you know, take it there if they had to, you know, like real dudes. And I was like, man, we got to come together, and so that we can increase our witness and be an example for other men. Because one thing I tell you, man, when you look in the Black community, and this is all of America to some degree, but it's more so in the Black community, there are far more women in the church than men.
Yep, absolutely.
And that is not biblical.
Nope.
Like when you look in the Bible, there's no dearth of men. You have plenty of women serving God, but there's plenty of men. Like there's no, oh, where are all the men at? Where, Adam, where art thou? You know, as far as finding men in the church. And so we must be doing something wrong. And the fact is, the Black church has been effeminized. It is geared toward more women, getting you emotional, getting you hyped up and all excited. And there's nothing wrong with that. I like getting hyped in church too. But if you look at groups that draw men, now people will tell you, men sometimes, in most cases, men are more drawn to the logic, the knowledge, explain something to me, teach it to me. Look at the Nation of Islam is far more men.
Because of how,
and how, you know, they're appealing to your intellect. They are teaching you, even if some of it may be wrong. They're teaching you and appealing to your intellect, and they get men. The Hebrew Israelites, getting a lot of men now, they teach and appeal to your intellect. And even a lot of Christian churches that have a lot of men, Black men, their style, a lot of cases, is the brother is teaching. And so I think that, like, what King is, it's a masculine expression of faith in Christ. And that's what men should have, a masculine expression of our faith in Christ.